Mm-hmm. But there's a clip. You see it right there next to the lotion. Isn't there a clip there? Or is that it over there? Um,
Hey,
I know
Divas and
we have
Biz,
too
this is
much
Shay
around
Williams.
here. Oh.
Coming to you
Hi,
live.
cousin Felicia's on.
And
Mr. Green, Herbert
we
Green,
are
thank you for
discussing
joining
the
us
pros and
tonight.
cons
Dr. Harold
of
Bennett,
premarital
thank you
sex.
so much. I appreciate you
We are
connecting
on
with
Love
us
Manifesto
tonight.
today.
Thank
Oh, I know
you.
what y'all are talking about.
Thank
So
you,
as
thank
you
you,
guys
thank
join
you.
in, please leave me your heart emoji. You know exactly what to do. Leave
Okay,
your heart
there it is. So
emoji. I
that
know
clip,
it's
you
not
can
a
click it on
Wednesday
there and
night.
put it on because we're going live
It
in
is
about 2 minutes.
Tuesday. But I wanted to bring to you a treat.
Thank you,
Today.
yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Dr. Bennett. Appreciate it.
All right, so bear with me.
Ready? So we're about to go
So we
live
are-
now. I'm ready when you are. Oh, let's do this. Thank you for joining us, yes.
My phone was solid.
All phones on silent.
Look good for the camera. We'll get you to slide over a little bit that way. Just a little bit. There you go. Right there, you good.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Tangi of Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio. The premise for the show is simply to explore, to analyze, and to manifest thriving platonic, loving relationships. And guess what? We have some awesome guests for you tonight. We have Shay the Diva, Love Diva, Shay the Love Diva.
Shay,
I
your
don't want her
love
correct.
diva.
Shay, your Love Diva. She's a certified love coach, author, and so much more. We also have with us tonight True. When I tell you guys, this woman sings like Whitney Houston. She really does sing like Whitney Houston. I met her, I think a couple of months ago, didn't I?
Yes,
At the Models of Atlanta. Yes, absolutely. She was phenomenal, and I just had to have her on the show. So she's an R&B artist, a pop artist, a model, and an actress, and you guys are in for a special treat as we discuss the pros and cons of premarital sex, a female perspective. And of course, we will also allow the men to give me and us and all of us their perspective about that same topic very soon. So stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. Make sure you share this post.
All right.
Okay, Shannon, take that. I'm concerned about. I was thinking like, am I sweating? Do I have? Shit. Yeah, I was sitting here like, am I sweating? Do I have?
That's my powder in the car.
I need to get one of these. I should have gotten one from the beginning.
Miss Shay, Miss True, would you guys possibly scooting in a little bit closer to
Yeah.
Dr. Tangi?
Gladly.
Pull it in first
Just
before
so you guys are
pull it
all
over.
in this shot.
Yeah, because now that the camera is a wider shot, you have to scoot in closer. Wait, stand up. Can you stand up first?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So then we'll take this up.
Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
Take it out. Yeah. And so then I will come over some, and you can come over a little bit more.
Okay. Thank you.
Readjust your camera so you'll be on
Brian
properly.
is watching.
And bring the
Evans is
notes
watching.
right there so they will see this.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
There we go. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
lift this.
Okay.
Wow, we have a lot.
We have one just to like. Did you bring that one?
No, you guys, let me. It's yours.
Wow. So same place.
Right. The same, we're on the same page, even with the stands.
That's
doing it.
Yeah.
Make my life
Yeah,
smooth.
yeah. I got it from
Okay, great.
It was
How you guys
on
doing? I hope y'all had a
30 or
great
40
weekend.
dollars.
I know last year.
Really?
Oh, nice.
That's, yeah.
I got mine on Amazon.
Did you?
I get everything on Amazon.
It was the
Tell me it was like.
Like $15.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's on Amazon.
Amazon's putting everybody out of business.
Yeah, I know. I think
Oh,
she's
somebody's at the
special.
door knocking.
Shannon, that's probably Gabby at the door.
Oh.
So I'm ready whenever you guys are.
She's still lost.
Yes.
She's closer.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
closer.
All right, fix it, go live.
Okay, you guys just want bird hair.
Look good for the camera?
Welcome back to Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio. I'm Dr. Tangi, your host and executive producer, and tonight we have such a deep discussion at hand, and it is the pros and cons of premarital sex, a female perspective. The guest for tonight is Shay the Love Diva.
You're getting closer and closer.
And the artist is True, who is an R&B and pop culture pop artist here tonight. I'm so excited. But Shay, welcome.
Thank
and
you
welcome.
so much. Thank you for inviting me.
Always a plethora of questions to ask, and of course I have to narrow them down. And tonight is really one of those nights where I'm kind of thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. I need like 2 hours to discuss
Right.
this topic, but
Keep
we're
going.
gonna figure it out.
Hey,
I like to know, what was your career path, or is your career path, and how did you select it?
It's so interesting because I didn't really select this career path. It more selected me. Because when I started this whole journey, I was just a single mother, newly in the dating world after being divorced with 2 kids, and I had no clue when it came to dating. And after getting my heart broken over and over again, I decided to launch an experiment to go on over 100 dates in 3 months with no kissing, no sex. That's not dating, y'all, but we'll get into that topic. So I went on the dates. I also interviewed at this point now, it's over 5,000 men, women, and couples. But at the time, it was 3,700 men, women, and couples, because I really, really wanted to understand the psychology of men and the art of dating, and what is it that I was doing wrong? What is it that I could do right? And so by the time I was finished with the experiment and all of these questions, I literally had it down pat to the point of being able to capture a man's heart within 30 days. And I would do a video live. I would be like, okay, we're doing video day 1. You know, YouTube back in the day, we didn't have live and all of that stuff. So day 1, I'm dating a guy. It's only going to take me 30 days before this guy wants to be in a committed relationship with me. And over again, it would work.
They wanted to be in a committed relationship.
I've gotten more marriage proposals than I can even count.
I get that a lot. So, you know, and some women say they do not. I mean,
Yeah.
if I talk to them once or go out
Yeah.
with them once, number one, part of the key, I think, is not being physical.
Yes.
And you have to make sure that there's some type of other connection that's going on.
Right.
And for me, it has to be intellectual dialogue.
Mm.
If the dialogue is not intellectual,
So
I'm
boring.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only
totally out.
that, you also radiate wife energy.
Mhm.
And there's a big difference. There's some women who radiate wife energy and some who don't. And a lot of women are confused and surprised when they're so beautiful and they have it going on. And they have a lot of guys trying to come at them, but nobody ever proposes to them.
Wow.
And that's why.
Oh, that is so sad. But I'm glad you shared it with us. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Tell us, what is a love diva?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay. So I am the only love diva, but my name is Shay, your love diva. And diva stands for divine, intelligent, vivacious, and alluring. And all of these are the characteristics of what it takes to be the kind of woman who's literally a man magnet, who can attract not just any man, but a quality man.
That's the difference.
Yes,
That is
it
the
is.
difference, because some people are like, oh, I get a lot of requests for dates. What is the quality
Right.
of that man
Exactly.
or that person that's
Right.
pursuing you?
Right.
Because it's a difference between quality and quantity.
Exactly.
Wow.
That part.
That part. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm over here taking mental notes. Like, this is what I. All right. Oh, I gotta do that. Okay.
Definitely. So tell us, do you have a coach? Why or why not?
Okay, so I believe everybody should have a mentor and definitely have a coach. I do have a coach.
Okay.
who has literally taken me from like the bottom of the valley to where I am today. She's also happens to be my pastor, but she's literally my go-to person for any time I run into a stumbling block in life so that I can get over that hurdle and still maintain that mentality and that level of attracting what it is that I want to experience in my life.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
good that you have a coach. A coach needs a coach.
Absolutely.
A therapist need a therapist.
Definitely.
So that is very interesting
Right.
that I found that out a little bit later in life.
But at least you found out. Better late than never.
Exactly. But the thing is that at least I knew that I had certain standards
Absolutely.
for dating. And I think that was the safety net for me.
Yes.
Because I've never been a kisser, right? I've never been a
Yeah.
kisser, yeah. And I'm so glad because I read an article here recently, and we're going to get to you in just a minute. I read an article here recently, and it says there's at least 4 ways to get an STD without having intercourse. Yeah, and you can get herpes through kissing.
You definitely can.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing you can get through kissing, right? So
Yes.
there's another disease that you can get
Please share.
through just. I said I was going to save it for another show.
Right.
We want to talk about premarital sex, but yeah, there are 4 different ways. There's 4 STDs you can have on no clothes and not have intercourse, and yet contract an STD because fluids have been exchanged. Right?
Right.
Absolutely. So if
Yes.
a person has an open wound in their mouth, it's almost like you have to say, "Open your mouth, please."
Right.
And so, yeah.
Let me see if you have any sores.
Yeah.
But the thing that I admire about that is that you are selective with your lips. There's so many women nowadays, and it's publicized. Like, it's like the in thing to do.
Right.
To be indiscriminate with your body.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, would you lick the spoon of somebody else, a stranger who just took it out their mouth and handed it to you? So why are women just giving their bodies away like their vaginas are Kool-Aid? I have no idea.
Well, actually, the
What is
vagina is
going on?
cleaner than the mouth.
Right,
The
but
vagina is cleaner than the mouth, and you're going around kissing on people.
right.
I mean,
I don't know if you want to just throw it out there though.
But I'm just saying, it's the truth. It's the raw
Right.
truth, and that's the conversation that we're having tonight. And so
Right.
you're going around kissing all of these people
Absolutely.
when the mouth is not the cleanest.
Yes.
Whatever.
And not all penises are the cleanest either.
Right.
We're gonna get in it.
Yes. But in any case, we're gonna pause right there. I want to bring in True in on this dialogue,
Blushing.
but of course, I want to make sure I introduce you to her first. We want to know some things about her before we start involving her in this deep conversation. I like to know, how did you get started with singing? How did you discover your voice?
Well, I've been singing professionally on and off since I was 9. But the first time I opened my mouth and actually sung, I shocked my entire family. I was 3. And there's a funny story that goes with that. I was at family reunion, family gathering. It was my grandpa's house. And my entire family, we sing. So that's like how we get together and everything along those lines. And everybody's singing, and I said, I have a song. Now, mind you, I'm a 3-year-old. Okay? I'm a 3-year-old. They should have knew not to let me sing. And my parents like to listen to 90s R&B. So that's what I grew up on. So I decided to stand up and sing As Yet last night
Wow.
at a 3-year-old. And I hit every note, but I embarrassed both my parents. And I wasn't allowed to listen to R&B until I got later down the line from my parents. But I think
Wow.
3 was the first time I opened my mouth and started singing.
Wow. Do you aspire to be a backup singer or a solo artist? And tell us why.
Honestly, I don't mind both, but I want to be the solo artist because where I come from, where more and more people are starting to come out of the shell and starting to do things. Because I'm from Ohio, from Yorkton, Ohio, so Cleveland area, and to watch everyone thrive, but to see where I came from and to know that I'm able to come to this point means that the next little girl or little boy can come from that point and not be a statistic or what people just think that you're gonna be.
I would imagine that people are intimidated by you as a backup artist because they know that you have the gifts and talents, the beauty and everything to be that solo artist. So they see you as a competitor rather than a person that they're assisting. There are very few people that's okay with folks who are just as gifted and talented as they are, and it's okay with giving them the credit. thankfully, I'm not one of those persons. I'm not easily intimidated. I'm like, oh, she has the goods. Let's bring her. Let's train her. Let's empower her. Let's release her.
That's
right?
beautiful because you don't get that nowadays, especially in our day and age right now.
Wow.
Not a lot of females. It's men that are intimidated by you too. In the
Yeah.
same field.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Oh, absolutely. You're also a model and an actress, right? What do you love most about both of those endeavors?
I can pretty much tie them both into what I do. Because singing, like, you have to do video shoots and everything, so you're acting. You also are doing pictures and stuff for your stuff, so you're modeling. So this all ties into what I do. So it's entertainment, the whole stretch and the whole board. So either way, my mom's getting that house.
Did you hear that, Mom?
Mom,
Are
I
you
heard
listening?
Hey, Mom.
Mhm.
I'm getting her at the house.
So here you are, this person. You want to act, you want to sing. What about dancing?
I do dance. I took ballet for 5 years. My parents kept me out of trouble
Mhm.
in any way possible they possibly could. But then I had been pretty much dancing with my music and stuff like that since then.
So what are your thoughts about tonight's topic?
Whew.
Uh-oh.
There's so much that goes into that. And to be completely honest, I love the fact that you guys are willing to talk about this because in my, like, the little bubble that I'm in, it's really hard to date. And you don't know what's going on in the outside, you don't know what's going on the inside, and you think you know a person, you don't really know a person. So this is an awesome topic to me.
Well, young lady, you have to be comfortable with asking hard questions. That's a red flag. If you're connected with someone and you can't ask hard questions, then that may not be the person to be connected to, right?
I'm slowly
Yeah,
learning.
that's the red flag. It's like, you don't want to talk about that?
Mhm.
No, you got some secrets that you don't want me to discover, and so we can't proceed any further. So why give that person a kiss?
Mm.
You know, why give them a kiss?
Right.
I'm just saying, right?
Let's jump in the bed with each other.
Yeah.
And then we'll get tired of each other.
It's been tough for dating for me is
Yeah.
the that I do this, they're insecure.
Me?
And then they're insecure in themselves enough to be with me to where they don't feel like anyone's going to
Wow.
It's been tough. It's been really, really tough.
I can
And
sing,
I
it just
usually
might not be
date up.
good.
I don't usually date
I
younger
was gonna
men.
say everybody
Sorry,
can sing.
guys. I usually don't
In
date
the
younger
car.
men. I usually date up. But even with the guys I've been dating, like too, and I would think he would be secure in himself, to where he wouldn't get
Oh,
upset if I did photos or if I did take pictures with anybody. He gets upset.
I think this is people all the time.
Yeah, well, controlling abusive men
Yeah.
come in all kinds of ages.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
Yeah, even at 50.
No, I'm just
Yes, I know, right?
You need
60,
to
go up.
And
And you're still crazy? You think you're crazy yet?
It's like, okay, that's it, it's a wrap.
Right.
At 50, I'm like,
You said 50? You're not 50.
Will we?
No, you're not.
You know what?
I know, right?
DNA is the bomb. Right.
Do we have any more?
No, I'm
tea?
just kidding. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
no.
I'm
like,
just saying.
There's some.
Do we? Yeah, we have more.
don't judge me, okay, when I leave
Is it
here.
live?
Let me see.
You're live.
Your skin looks great.
Now mind y'all say something.
Shea
I
butter,
always assume you're live.
shea butter and
Over here acting a fool.
shea butter and coconut oil, 100% coconut oil.
Really?
You
So
got
that's the
it?
Every
secret.
day.
All right, y'all ready?
I'm about to start that.
Okay, so we're ready.
No.
All right.
Now she's got the rest.
Oh, it's okay. No, don't be sorry. Just a little bit more.
Welcome back to Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio, and you tune into What's Popping with Shannon.
What's poppin', everybody? It's your girl Shannon Dick here with What's Poppin' with Shannon, where every week we talk about what's happening within the fine arts world, including film and television, theater, music, dance, and visual art. This week's topic is What's Poppin' with Music. So, if you love festivals, which who doesn't, you should get tickets for Atlanta's Music Midtown Festival from September 14th through 15th. The festival will be held in Piedmont Park and will feature different artists such as Travis Scott, Cardi B, Lizzo, Panic at the Disco, Billie Eilish, Charlie Puth, Lil Yachty, and many more. The general admission ticket is $155, which will give you admission to the park for the 2-day event and access to all the performances at all the different stages there, along with food, drinks, and concessions. And there are also higher tier tickets if you want a more VIP experience, but obviously they're going to be a little bit more expensive. The tickets are only sold for the 2-day event. So unfortunately, if you only wanted to go for 1 day, you couldn't get just one ticket for one of the days. And the ticket prices will get more expensive. So if you want to get tickets at the price that they're at now, then go to www.musicmidtown.com. Just know they will get more pricey if you keep waiting. Second, if you are a musical artist that's wishing to get more exposure, then you should apply as soon as possible to perform in the Coast to Coast Live Artist Showcase that's happening here in Atlanta on July 28th. Coast to Coast is an organization that travels to 20 plus cities a month to find the best talent, and then the finalists will be given the opportunity to compete for a $50,000 cash prize in Miami on Labor Day weekend this year. Selected performers will be able to perform in front of audiences and different industry and guest judges, such as for Atlanta's showcase, it'll be DJ IOP, which is Atlanta's top Latin DJ, J-Rob, which is a Grammy-nominated engineer and producer for artists like Wale and K. Michelle, and then L. Nice, who's the president of Future Star DJs. And the organization will also bring out different media, producers, DJs, and other artists, so the new artists that are performing can network with them. So if you're interested in applying, just go to coasttocoastlive.com and submit your best track. And if you just want to attend the event, then go to www.eventbrite.com and then search Coast to Coast Live Showcase Atlanta to be taken directly to the page. And then last little tidbit, my favorite musical of all time is Hairspray, and it's finishing up its time in Atlanta this weekend. The last day will be July 21st. It'll be playing at the Byers Theater at the Sandy Springs Performing Arts Center, and tickets range from about $30 to $62 depending on which seat you get. So if you're interested in going and seeing that show before it leaves town, visit www.visitsandysprings.com/events and click on the Hairspray icon that you see. So that's all that I have for you guys this week. If you want to stay up to date with what's popping with the fine arts world, then tune in every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for What's Poppin' with Shannon on Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio. Talk to you later.
Woo!
What's that?
So you guys, tell me when you're ready. Come back.
See what she's ready. Oh, yeah, slide that chair out of the way.
Okay, I will do that. I'm going to.
Can you guys tell me Sesame Street fan?
I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna cut it on. You just let me know how loud you want it.
This right here, okay. I'm gonna give
You
you,
on the spot.
You could just stack
True.
them,
Huh?
You could have stacked
I'm gonna give you a 3-minute and a 1 minute.
That's all right.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
You have a total of 7.
7 minutes? Yeah, okay. Let us pray. Just a little bit.
All right.
I have a big voice.
You couldn't get the whole thing. Ready?
Okay,
Y'all
tell
ready?
me. So I'll do the intro first and then you'll sing.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now you're on the spot, right?
Yep, I'm on spot.
You know, stars is always on the spot.
It's all right. As long as you get Elmo, we're good.
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116
Welcome back to Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio. And I am your host and executive producer, Dr. Tangi. And we have a phenomenal artist here with us tonight. Her name is True. She's a pop artist. She's an R&B artist. She's a model and an actress. And so we're so ready to hear you, Songbird. Thank you. There's a little story of that one. And I think, is it one or was it a second one? Going on to the second one.
Now the second one, I will let you guys know, it's a little heartfelt.
Cause you like them tall dudes.
One
You need to start messing with them short ones.
Right? I like trees.
You might need to cut them down a few notches.
Maybe if I get them to about like here, I
Right.
won't have as much issues. But
If 5'5" is a tree to you.
Right.
everybody's a tree in me.
Right.
But yeah, I got my heart broken
Is
by
this the
my
one with
best
the
friend.
instrumental?
Oh.
And
Is this the one the instrumental?
yes, it's an instrumental.
Okay, so this is
And
down.
we went through what we went through today, actually. So this one's to him. He knows who he is.
Oh.
What's his name?
Just spill it all. Starting trouble.
Let me sip my tea.
Hmm.
Kermit knows.
My mom wants to know, is your music available to purchase?
Actually, that is one of my singles. We actually are dropping both my singles the end of this month, so I'm really excited. I love you, my team. I love you, Lonnie. Love you, P. Love you, Mom and Dad. Love you, Sonny. Love you, T. So yeah, we've been working really hard for this, but yeah,
All right. That's awesome.
Yes, it is.
we're working my little tail off.
It's gonna be all worth it.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
right.
Reward, great reward.
Well, my
Hard
mama don't
work.
have to pay bills.
Takes
so it
all.
makes it
Wow.
worth
Gotta get mom that house.
I need a
Yeah,
daughter like
yeah.
that.
I know, that's
I do wrong.
it. Yeah,
I thought it's not like
Right.
that. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try this thing over again.
Alright, Netflix is going
Shawty's
in. It was
one
40
way.
megabytes.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Uh-oh. You might need to get him to sing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to sing my little heart out because we had to do all that.
All right.
It's coming in a minute.
In a minute.
But I
Oh.
think this one can sing over here because she was all moving.
Oh, you got somebody back here? Oh, you
Shay,
talking about her.
Shay.
I cannot sing ABC. I am not a singer.
Everybody can.
I just play one on TV.
Everybody can.
No, I promise
It
you.
might not be
There's
good.
no
I will break the
Yeah.
windows.
There's no chance. Okay?
No.
That doesn't exist.
Wow.
See, singers always think everybody can sing. Do you hear my voice?
I love it. It's so raspy.
Yeah, right.
It's so pretty.
Can I
love
sing?
it.
That's why I thought you
No,
could sing.
she cannot.
Yes,
Oh.
that's why I
She
can
has a lot
dance
of
sitting down. I can dance
That
great
is not
sitting
one.
down.
That's all you
Yeah.
Get in your
Lots of
chair.
talent.
Yeah.
Right.
You in a chair having a great time. That's all that matters.
I can lip sync.
That's part of the job.
Process.
It's
Yeah.
part of the process. Once you can get to that step, you can get to the next step.
Oh, okay. That's so awesome.
I'm gonna do this one.
All I can say is enjoy life now because it's going to change soon. It's not going to be as it is. And so that's the adjustment period that you have to adjust to with life never being the same again. Right? So, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, not being able to go shopping for everything like you do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
That's gonna be different.
Praise God for
Well,
that.
let's hope you get that far.
I'm
She
praying
is.
whatever God got
We're
for me.
touching and agreeing.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
Okay, we're ready.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not, oh, okay,
Oh, no,
okay,
no.
yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I honestly, I'm excited about it to get to that point because I'm thinking like not of that part, but I'm thinking of how many little girls and stuff I'm inspiring to do what they want to do. Because we were told all the time, like how do you put it? We're paid to forget our dreams. So if you're able to chase after your dream with that and have like nothing holding you back just to keep going, that's my stance. Is to tell everybody you can do whatever you want to do.
Wow, that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Being true
For
to
young lady.
yourself, that's my story.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
And sharing your
Love
journey with
it.
people. Because some people are discouraged because it's taking them longer than it does other people, right?
Oh man,
Yeah.
if I was to tell you the backstory to everything, like nobody sees the struggle coming up. They always see like the beginning part.
Overnight
They
success.
see like
Yeah.
okay, they see when you start it and then they see when you make it. They don't see that in between
Mm-hmm.
portion,
Storyline.
the storyline, the hard nights, the ramen noodles,
Yeah.
the no sleep, the getting up, going to work after you had a gig that night, and having to smile through a 16-hour shift. Like when I tell you, it's all gonna be worth it at the end. It's all worth it.
Amen.
That's true.
I was pushing.
Don't give up. The extra fishing phone. You hear that?
Listen, oh yes, I have.
Oh, you ain't went through nothing if you ain't had that EFS or ESF.
Right.
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 You be thinking like, oh God, on my day, I know everything's gonna hit, and I don't want to see that negative.
So just
Now
don't
you
look
gotta
at the
get
account.
on the phone and try to talk them out of some of them negative
Like
fee
that wasn't
charges.
me. I don't even have my card.
That's what I do. I'm like, look,
Even that.
y'all gotta take some of these charges.
Right.
How am I gonna catch back up if y'all keep charging me?
You ain't never hit with the God and say, well, God, if it's something I did, I don't know I did wrong.
Right.
Having a conversation that deep.
All
Yeah.
right.
No, I remember the days calling up and saying, "What's the least amount I can pay, and what's the latest date I can pay you?"
Right.
I said they're gonna hear that same thing again. Let it be somebody
Right.
else.
Right.
You ruined it for the next person.
Listen, I got $5 on me. Can I give you?
All right.
Please don't shut it off. I need this somewhere. Man.
Oh
Right.
my God.
How much for just one rib?
That's the one, right?
That's the one.
It was 40 megabytes.
Wow.
Usually it's like 3 or 4, but
Yeah, no,
this must be the master file.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's roll, rock
All
and
right,
roll.
y'all ready?
One of the masters, actually. This one is in minutes to get them.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
I really need to talk to you. Not for real, I need to get this off my chest. Something I think we need to know. Just listen.
Ever since we met, boy,
I had your back when your mother said you did. Never let you go.
ever since we met, boy,
I let you know there will always be no time. Always in your life.
when you're upset, who will you call? Who will catch you when you fall? Who will be there through it all? Who will always pick up the phone? Who is there when you're alone? You're upset, who will you call? When I
Feel you and I, breathe you and I, feel you and you. Live for you and I, love for you and I, love for you and you. Real life, and ever you the way I do. And no one can love you like I do.
when you see,
Her and her, all I see is you. Please tell me why.
I'm not nothing.
I just don't get it.
I just don't get it, but
I feel I have the world when I'm in your presence.
I didn't mean to,
Oh,
I didn't mean to fall.
these are the awful words when I'm giving you my
Who
heart.
will catch you when you fall? Who will be there through it all?
Through it,
Who
oh,
always fix something wrong? Who is there when you're alone? Who is there when you call?
'cause you know it's me when feel you and I, breathe you and I, need you and you. Live for you and I, ride for you and I, ride for you and you. Real life, and care for you the way I do. And can love you when I do. Her and her, all I see is you. Please tell me why. I can't say, boy, you got me crazy. I can't stand the boy, I give my senses, give my heart, give my all for you. My everything, 'cause I need you. Boy, I breathe you, 'cause I love you.
You and I, breathe you and I, hear you.
You, I live for you. I die for you. Boy, you know I'm trusting you. Can care for you the way I do. Can love you when like I do. Her and her, all I see is you. All I see is you. Oh, oh, oh. I feel you. I breathe you. I hear you. white light got to when you see her in her. All I see is you. Please tell me why I'm not enough for you.
We'll be back with more of Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio.
Go Shannon.
I know.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, you guys are
I
dying
forget she
again.
does that.
What?
Like I jumped in the shot and you were like, we'll be back with more Love Manifesto.
Do we have a,
No worries.
you don't have an extension cord, do you?
Is it
I
going
can plug it
dead?
in.
I don't.
Yeah.
He died.
It died.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
How much time we have left? Because we have like 10 minutes left.
because I'm on
Over the last 10
3%.
minutes. So it's 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably gonna shut off again.
It's an Android though, isn't it? It's an Android or
It is, but if I borrow that box, is that a charging port right there?
Mm-hmm.
Is it almost dead?
No, let her. Well, mine should
Yeah,
last.
I think-
Give it to her.
Okay.
Okay, mine should last.
I just need the port. Thank you so much. What is your charger?
Actually,
what is her
is
charge
this
on?
It's
you
an
have an iPhone
Android.
on it.
Just I just need to plug it into that part right there.
That's the thing. This might not be. I think this one's compatible for.
Here, let's try it. Let's see.
It should be.
See if
It's a
it's
power
a
box.
There it is.
There it is.
Mine should last for the next 15 minutes, right?
What percentage is she on?
It should be at 100.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good.
Okay.
You want
Thank you so much.
Yeah, back there because I'm gonna insert.
Okay, you guys, I didn't want to die on you again. Stick with us. Stick with us.
So we
We
have
got
three
some
more
really
like,
good
questions we have to
information.
get through in like
Okay.
7 minutes. Okay. And so the questions are gonna be how long
Here, Vaughn,
before you have sex with them.
Here, can you take that?
And how do you know a person is worthy of your love?
Yes.
And how can I feel commitment? That's gonna be for tonight.
Okay, so we're going down to the
It's going down to how long should you wait to have sex with a person?
right.
How do you know a person is worthy of your sex? And how can a person connect to you? That way you can tell them who you are, the services that you offer, how you should do that. That's your elevator speech.
Thank you.
I've been here since 2016. I do. Thank you. It's culture shock coming in here. I require it. I cannot enter 4-hour car ride, 4.5-hour car ride. I never play the same. Like,
So they're all coming in, who's going out, you don't know who's
It was funny you said that.
Guys, let me pour my little heart out.
And I'm honored to be here too, even though I'm not pouring my heart out, but I so appreciate meeting you.
I needed to meet you.
Oh, nothing happens by accident.
She's a coach. Yeah. That's how I meet all types of you.
All types of me.
All types of people. Listen, you see these beautiful ladies? Aren't they gorgeous?
Well, my mom
Yeah, I need all types of them. They're giving me all types of life today. They really are. They're giving me life today. I know.
she doesn't claim
All love.
All love and
Love.
light ladies.
She's out
I'm
here.
sure.
It's that.
Oh,
she was like, we've never
she's not being nice to me.
You might have to hold it up like that because of the yeah, there it is. Say hi guys. Hi, I'm Dr. Tangi of Love Manifesto Radio Show.
I'm Shay, your love diva.
I'm gonna tag her in and follow because they're gonna be like chicks right now.
You know, you need to come to my event on the 27th.
Let me write that down.
Saturday,
Let me
July
know when we're on the
27th.
air so we can wrap it up. Coming back.
Because I need all of that. I like
Okay, you ready? You guys are coming back on the air. Welcome back to Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio. We've had an awesome time tonight, but before we wrap up, we have several questions that I must ask of my guests and my artists. And so I'll start first with Shay, the Love Diva, or shall I say Shay, your Love Diva?
I love it. I told you you kept getting closer and closer.
Definitely. So tell me, how do you know that a person is worthy of having sex with you?
Well, what I can tell you is you won't find out if you're just jumping into bed with that person. You have to give the relationship time to go through the 6 phases of a relationship. So once you go through the 6 phases and they're willing to commit to you, and I'm not just talking about committing like you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend. I'm talking about being willing to consider spending the rest of their life with you. If they're not considering that, they do not deserve all of your goodness at all.
So ask that first, honey. Otherwise, it's just like a, sexual encounter. There's
Absolutely.
no commitment. And so, how do you determine whether or not a person is worthy of having sex with you?
Ooh. I would have to say, if we can't have an intellectual conversation, if you can't stimulate my mind, you can't stimulate my body.
Oh, I love that. I
That was
love that.
nice.
Yeah, you have to stimulate my mind, but you're not going to get to stimulate my body until you say I do. So that's just where I am. And a lot of tests that take place before that, and a lot of, counseling and all of that. So it's a whole list of things that you would have to do before you even get a kiss from me. So that's how that works.
I mean, I'm not
So
kissing
next
nobody.
thing, next thing, how long should you make a person wait before having sex with them?
All right, so here's the thing. Every relationship, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, has the 6 natural biological phases of a relationship. This is all human nature. Our DNA drives us to operate this way. So the first step is attraction. So when a man sees a woman, then he instantly thinks, do I want to have sex with her? That's his main priority. That's what science and nature has designed him so that he can procreate and continue his genetics. So that's the whole thing. And women look at a man and say, hey, I would have sex with that person. So that's the attraction phase. Then you go into the courting phase. Now I know in this broken dating world that we have eliminated courting, but courting is a very important aspect of dating. In the courting phase, you're determining, do I like this person? Do I know this person? Who is this person? Where are they from? And then after the courting phase, you guys, is the pull away phase. That's the phase where, when you have the sparks flying with a guy and everything seems to connect, and then all of a sudden they pull away. That is the pull away phase. Every relationship goes through that, and you should not have sex before you get past that phase. After that phase, and I would say every dog comes back for his bone. Now, I'm not saying all men are dogs, because they're not. There's a lot of good men. But after the pull away phase, whatever you do when he pulls away, do not call him, do not text him, don't message him in a bottle, just scream in your pillow, call a girlfriend, eat some ice cream. But whatever you do not chase after him. It's important because a man does not have the connective tissue within his brain, both hemispheres of his brain. So they have to be able to pull away, pull back, miss her, think about her. And then when he comes back, he is much stronger, much better, more committed. And that's when you enter the commitment phase. When you enter the commitment phase, you may or may not have sex with them if they're talking long term. If they're not talking long term, then you still shouldn't be jumping in bed with them because you really don't know them. If you haven't met their parents, if you haven't went through 6 seasons or the 4 seasons to see who this person really is, then why would you let them have the most valuable, intimate part of you? And then once you enter the commitment phase, you enter engagement. Now, engagement is the phase that I would say maybe you could have sex with that person because you both are making plans, you're moving forward for commitment. And when I say engagement, I don't mean that he just gives you a shut up ring. I mean, he gives you a commitment. You guys have selected a date. And then the final phase is marriage. So if you understand that these are the natural phases of every relationship, then you will operate accordingly and you won't just be having sex with somebody that you just happen to be attracted to.
Absolutely. I totally agree. But, for me, it has to be an I do before we do anything else.
Yes.
That's just where I am in this stage of my life.
And I think that is good. And early on in the day, I used to say, wait until marriage.
Yeah.
And then I lost a lot of people because
Well,
they
a lot
really
of people
couldn't
can't
connect.
wait.
They cannot wait. So if
They
you
can't
can't wait, at least close your legs until you enter the commitment or engagement phase.
Well, I don't crucify people for having sex. I don't judge them if that's what they want to do. I mean, have as much sex as you like. Tangi is not going to
If you like it, I love it, right?
Yeah, so that's the first thing I do. I have my whole list of questions, and I let you know that sex is off the table. And so people just don't, they like, that's a lot of work. Yeah, I'm worth it all, right?
Mhm.
So do you have
Definitely.
any additional comments?
I need both your numbers. Because this tea is so good.
Tell our viewers how they can connect with you.
You can connect with me on Instagram at The Official True, Facebook, Teresa Rue, and my YouTube is The Official True Music.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. And Shay.
Hi, everybody. So you can connect with me on Instagram at Shay, You're a Love Coach. That's SHAY, You're a Love Coach. Or you can connect with me on Facebook at Shay, You're a Love Diva. Or on YouTube at Love in 30 Days. That's LOVEIN 30 days. And I'm having an event on July the 27th at 3 p.m. in downtown Atlanta. And if you can go on my website, shaybetter.com, and go under events, you will be able to see that event. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be the official book launch of The Science of Attracting Love, as well as the companion app, Cup of Love.
Oh, that sounds so great. You guys, if you want to connect with me, of course, you can go to drtangi.com, worldstarhitradio.com for our uploads there, and also at Instagram at dr_Tangi. We're here every Tuesday, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, sharing love all over the globe. And we look forward to showing you that love. Make sure you stay tuned. And that's every Tuesday to lock in to get more of Love Manifesto here on World Star Hit Radio.
Awesome.
It comes and goes quick, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, it does.
So quick.
Goodness, you guys.
Okay, what you do?
Yes, so good. I know. I'm surprised we didn't hear him earlier. Right. He wants to start a whole nother discussion. A brand new discussion.
Thank you.
Joining me, it has been Shay, Your Love Diva, and I was on World Star Radio, and it's been great. So anyway, leave your message and your heart emojis. I'm going to read your messages, and please continue to follow me as we come with more wonderful lives on Wednesdays. Bye, Divas and Dukes. Have a great day.
A selfish kind of love.
Let me give y'all some good
Okay, we're
news.
Figure
gonna
out
do
how
it.
can I do this. No, we're about to start a whole
All y'all
discussion.
beautiful women, just know this. It's a lot of pieces to y'all. So sex is just one piece.
Okay. I like what he said.
Right.